Thank you, David Amber, and good evening, everyone. Welcome inside Rexall as we get set for the first of two between the Red Wings and the Oilers. Let's meet the starting goaltenders, brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of the NHL. Victor Voss gets the call for the first time since December 27th in Calgary. He is 1-1-1 lifetime against the Red Wings. And 30-year-old Jimmy Howard starts for the 31st time this season. He's lost 2 of his last 3, but he is also a top 10 goalie when it comes to both save percentage and goals against. And the guy everybody talking about today is that man. And where will he be next year?
Well, there certainly is a ton of rumors out there, but when you look at Mike Babcock and what he's been able to accomplish, and the guys have already talked to you in the studio about the 2 Olympic gold medals, the Stanley Cup, but add to that a World Junior Championship, a World Championship, and a CIS Canadian Planet Championship. You've got yourself a winner right there. He's the best coach on the planet in this game.
He is the winningest coach in Detroit Red Wing history with 400 and away. Klinkhammer brings it right back in. Rob Klinkhammer with a backhand. Howard makes the save.
Calgary will be penalized once again. An interference call as McDavid collects himself off the ice.
The challenge with this guy is he just tries to make something out of nothing. And I mentioned before how he puts the puck into your feet. And there, the 2 reaching defensemen at the very end, that last push by Hamilton, tried to make it look inconspicuous, but into the net at full speed went. And
as McDavid collects himself off the ice.
And the challenge with this guy is he just tries to...
Mike Babcock.
Slider at 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 2 seconds. 1 minute, 3 seconds.
The Oilers have gone in Vancouver on Saturday. His team lost by the score of 4-1. The Oilers, of course, coming off a 5-2 victory against the New York Islanders on Sunday. Nugent Hopkins, Hall, and Eberle start up front, and Nugent Hopkins has the puck right away, and this is Hall behind the net for Eberle. Eberle trying to work it out in front. It got cut off before it could get to him by Kronwall. The guys mentioned the fact that Datsuk and Zetterberg are not together tonight. The other thing, though, Drew, is that can change.
And it usually does.
It's the save, no rebound for Darren Hill. And you have to go on Datsuk in terms of takeaways.
Absolutely one of the best in the game. Victor Fox can have to be aware of this, too. Look at Jonathan Erickson here. He knows he doesn't have anything but Fox can have to be aware of this, too. Look at Jonathan Erickson here. He knows he doesn't have anything but a shot deep. But it's a nice little job. He knows he doesn't have anything but a shot deep, but it's a nice little job down low, banking it off. Look at this support by the Detroit Red Wings. 1, 2, 3, 4 guys in this. Battle. Good job by the Oilers, but that support is absolutely terrific. That's what the Oilers do better than the Detroit Red Wings do better than anybody in the league. Those 5 to 10 foot passes. That would make them so good.
Pouliot in a race with Ouellette. Pouliot. Zetterberg with the puck now.
Zetterberg with the assist.
Behind the net. Good play by Derek Roy to try and disrupt things. Ferentz, Nyquist, Gustav Nyquist. He is known as Gus to his teammates. We talked to him this morning. He wants to be known as Gus. He is Gus. Zetterberg with a shot, and Voss makes the first save of the game. Zetterberg from behind the net plays it all the way out in front, and it comes to Pouliot. Benoit Pouliot chips it, but he took a shot there from Quincy into the shift. It is Lander, Yakupov, and Fraser out there now. And congratulations to Anton Lander, named to the AHL All-Star team. Shan, his shot goes off of Klefbom, and it comes to Tatar, back to Smith. He'll let it go, deflected just wide by Johan Franzen. Another member of this game is also on the All-Star team. Xavier Ouellette, number 10 over the back.
Coming up to this new building, the excitement of having Johnny Gaudreau back in the lineup with the new deal is going to give them energy. And we saw Mark Messier and Wayne Gretzky skating around the ring. I think the natural passing of the torch is the new captain, Connor McDavid. No question.
Partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
The emotion for the Calgary Flames coming up to this new building. The excitement of having Johnny Gaudreau back in the lineup with the new deal is going to give them energy. And we saw Mark Messier and Wayne Gretzky skating around the ring. I think the natural passing of the torch is the new captain, Connor McDavid. No question who the star.
Ouellette brought to you by Ford. Makes the save, and he'll hang on with Hendricks right there. Keys to the game are brought to you by Ford, official automotive partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
Todd Nelson talked about this several times this morning with the press. They got to get off to a great start, the Edmonton Oilers today, and that goes with Victor Foss, the defense, and getting things going. For Mike Babcock's team, it's about execution. When they execute, especially when they come out of their zone together and they get that five-man forecheck going, they're a very tough team to beat.
Hendricks.
Going. For Mike Babcock's team, it's about execution. When they execute, especially when they come out of their zone together and they get that five-man forecheck going, they're a very tough team to beat.
Hendricks. First two-goal game of his career in that game against the Islanders. He can't get it out, and this is Smith.
2 minutes 35.
We'll give it to Thomas Tatar. 16 goals on the season for him. He leads his team in that department. He got a goal, the only goal for the Red Wings in that game in Vancouver. There is Ouellette. Pass to Thomas Yurko. Gave it away. Klinkhammer brings it right back in. Rob Klinkhammer with a backhand. Howard makes the save, and he'll hang on with Hendricks. Brings it right back in. Rob Klinkhammer.
Using the board there, as you mentioned, Jim, that's something you got to get used to in a new building. Mention the goaltending for the Calgary Flames. That's going to be the key as they try to settle themselves in and get themselves back into the playoffs. Last year was just October, November, defensively as a team, but also in goal. They had real problems, and that's why we have a little bit more emphasis on the start for Elliott. Here's McDavid. This is what you're going to get. That's going to be the key as they try to settle themselves in and get themselves back into the playoffs. Last year was just October, November.
In terms of takeaways.
NHL January 06/2014 Detroit Red Wings.
Turns that aside.
19.4.
Lost it to Datsu. Quincy with a long shot. Foss makes the save. No rebound for Darren Helm. Lost it to Datsu. Quincy with a long shot. Foss makes the save. No rebound for Darren Helm. And you have to keep it on the
Jordan Eberle. He's going to the trade deadline. And it's 1-1.
Datsu in terms of the takeaways.
One best in the game.
Another turnover. Tyler Pitlick takes advantage.
He knows he doesn't have anything
but read by Larson. He gets caught flat-footed. Allows his man to go through, but what a play by Russell breaking it up. Quick transition game, and sometimes simpler is better. This is a simple play where you're looking for pass all the way, and instead of making the pass, the quick release gets under the arm of Elliott. For Elliott, a disappointing start. This one goes right underneath. He overplayed it to the outside, and it found room underneath the elbow.
Tyler Pitlick's been a 5-year pro, and just about every time he gets close to being a regular, he's been hurt. And he's in this opening night lineup.
To Drew Miller.
NHL January
today, and that
with Luke Glendening make up the 4. Detroit Red Wings. This is Glendening playing back to the point. Erickson waiting for it. Off the end boards. Glendening centering it out in front. Miller jams away, and it goes wide.
Smart play by Jonathan Erickson.
They used those boards in Detroit to perfection. They claim there's no extra spring in those boards, but that is up for debate. Glendening works it out in front. Foss stays cool and pushes the puck ahead to Matt Hendricks, who will flip it down the ice. The Red Wings have 20 wins on the season, but only 7 of them have come away from the Joes. They are ranked 20th in the league on the road. Stephen Weiss with a long shot that goes high. Weiss was on the 4th line in that game against Vancouver. He had been promoted to play with Helm and Datsu. This is Nugent Hopkins. Hard pass for Eberle, gets by him. Boards to make this. Quincy does take a hit from Hall. Datsu. Up against Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins wins that battle, gets it to Hall, and then he turns it over. Datsu's got it again. He'll give it to Darren Helm. Helm starts away with Weiss. Even Weiss. Drop pass. Quincy steps into a shot. Foss coolly turns that aside. Eberle. Lost it to Datsu. Quincy with a long shot. Foss makes the save. No rebound for Darren Helm. And you have to keep an eye on that with Pavel Datsyuk in terms of takeaways.
Absolutely one of the best in the game. Victor Foss is going to have to be aware of this too. Look at Jonathan Erickson here. He knows he doesn't have anything but a shot deep, but it's a nice little job down low, banking it off. Look at this support by the Detroit Red Wings. 1, 2, 3, 4 guys in this. Battle. Good job by the Oilers, but that support is absolutely terrific. That's what the Oilers do better than the Detroit Red Wings do better than anybody in the league. Those 5 to 10 foot passes. That would make them so good.
Pouliot in a race with the left. Pouliot squeezes him out the puck, centers it out in front, and it comes right to Nyquist instead. He will give it to Abdelkader. Abdelkader bumped by Petrie. Gus Nyquist carrying on. Pouliot at center to Abdelkader. He will play it back to Smith. Brendan Smith and Justin Schultz, college roommates in Wisconsin. Derek Roy. It gets knocked down by Abdelkader. Smith plays it off the boards and down the ice. Petrie will pick it up. He, of course, paired with Andrew Ferentz.
Brendan Smith was the talkative guy in that.
You know what? When we talked to him, he said, you'd be surprised.
Really?
When Justin Schultz gets in the room, he said, man, sometimes I just couldn't get him to be quiet. And you're like, are you kidding me? He says, I'm not kidding. I don't know. He was just pulling our leg because he is one quiet dude.
Next keyboard shortcut. Seek slider at 6 minutes, 42 seconds of 1 hour, 45 minutes, 21
Takes it up
seconds.
behind his own net.
45 seconds of 1 hour,
getting a
45 minutes,
lot more
21
ice
seconds.
lately. Is averaging over 21 minutes a game. Sheehan drops it for Tatar. Tatar with a shot and pass. With the shoulder save. Fraser goes down.
7 minutes, 2 seconds of 1 hour, 45 minutes, 21 seconds.
Yakupov picks it up. He'll play it around the boards. Waiting for it there is Lander. It gets by him. And back to get it is Cronwall.
What you're noticing is less room against the Detroit Red Wings to play with the puck than you did against the New York Islanders if you're an Edmonton Oilers. It's a very, very tough group. They take time and space away from you quite quickly.
Puck got by Yurko. Nikitin racing after it ahead of Drew Miller. 2 fourth lines on the ice right now. Nikitin with the puck. Nikitin flips it high and down the ice. Hendricks will give chase against Xavier Ouellet. Look at Klinkhammer get there first. Take the hit on Ouellet. He got dumped and back the other way come the Red Wings. Glendening chips it in. That line will peel off as Foss leaves it there for Schultz. Justin Schultz with a pass to Hendricks. Matt Hendricks turns to avoid danger. He'll play it back to Schultz. The line change will be completed as the top line is on the ice.
45 minutes, 21 seconds.
Goes cross ice. Picked up there by Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins to Hall. Snaps a shot and he just missed on the glove side. Petrie retreats back into his own zone. 5 shots for the Wings, 2 for the Oilers. 13:30 left to go in the first period. Everton brings it in, checked by Quincy. We'll give it to Datsuk. Datsuk around the boards for the Kaiser. Nugent Hopkins on the turnover. His shot. Shot, and there is Foss to make the save. No score here at Rexall. Oilers hockey on Sportsnet.
Rob Klinkhammer's second game as an Edmonton Oiler made big impact. His first game as an Oiler, like the new Oilers have been making an impact. As Billy Jaffe, John Shannon talked about, the new guys coming in have done a really great job, and that really has got to help everybody. And certainly Craig McTavish has a smile on his face. The veteran guys that have been around, guys that are trying to make an impact, guys that are, let's face it, playing for a job next year, playing for a team that, hey, here's another crack at the National Hockey League. They're doing what they can to put a good argument in for Craig McTavish.
And Rob Klinkhammer just wants to empty his suitcase and have it stay for a while.
Yeah.
His wife is 7 with the backhand. Howard makes this save, and he'll hang on with Hendricks right there. Keys to the game are brought to you by Ford, official automotive partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
John Nelson talked about this several times this morning with the press. They got to get off to a great start, the Edmonton Oilers today, and that goes with Victor Foss, the defense, and getting things going. For Mike Babcock's team, it's about execution. When they
up in front, Miller jams away, and it goes wide. Sitting on the far side for Hall. Hall, nice pass to Nugent Hopkins. Hopkins circles the net. Takes a hit there from Datsuk, who separates him from the puck. And Helm starts back for Detroit. Helm in by himself. And Nugent Hopkins comes all the way back and helps Petrie defensively. Abdelkader keeps it in for the Red Wings. Red Wings game 2 of a 6-game road trip. They'll be in Calgary tomorrow night. And that's a game you will see right here on Sportsnet. Zetterberg moves it to Abdelkader. Back quickly to Eriksson. Long shot. And there is Foss to make the save. No score. Hit quickly to Eriksson. Long shot. And there is Foss to make the save.
Rob Quinn
They won't be able to find their way out. Can't find their way out at all. It really is quite an amazing accomplishment, and puts Edmonton on the map. The seats, okay, the executive suites are just amazing. Great viewpoints all around. This scoreboard, Jim, is one that I think people are just find themselves almost staring up at.
Guys that are, let's face it,
That more than even the game. But it won't become iconic until the players in it become the star.
Certainly, crack at the net for Craig McTavish. Guys,
Stress of a life of a National Hockey League player. 6 shots for the Wings. The Oilers sitting on 2 as Ball throws it towards the net. There's their third shot. Howard makes the save. William looking for the rebound. Derek Roy from a sharp angle sits at the side of the net, and Howard will cover it up.
This is the Sports Select.
Roy from a sharp angle sits at the side of the net, and Howard will cover it up.
This is the Sports Select.
The all-new 2017 Can-Am Maverick X3, available at Martin Motorsports.
well, the the Detroit Red Wings have lost a lot of guys, but there are some guys that they've still got. Pavel Datsyuk, Henrik Zetterberg, of course, we talked about Johan Franzen. But I think their one core guy, the one guy that they need to continue to have around, Nicholas Kronwall. And Nick Kronwall is a guy who's physical. He's a leader. He's a guy that's been around and been part of the great glory years of the Detroit Red Wings, and he teaches those young guys so much about how to play the game.
22 points so far in the season for him, 4 points in his last 4 games.
And you don't want to be getting your head down coming up the boards when Nicholas Kronwall's on your side.
Quincy is up there now, along with Danny DeKeyser.
DeKeyser's a big drink of water, isn't he?
His long wrist shot is handled easily by Foss, and he thought about playing it, and he'll hang on. Kid sends that puck down the ice, and he'll stay on the ice because he is.
And those one-on-one
is really coming. It's not like he's here using the cue.
He said it was his junior coach that kind of taught him, keep it in tight, give the guy, the puck carrier, thought that you've got more space, and then bang, snake it out, because he's got the reach of a pterodactyl for crying out loud.
He is out there now with Parents. As Datsu leaves it for Stephen Weiss, tries to get it back to him. And there is Petrie to clear it away for Hall. Hall. Checked by Weiss and Datsu. Nugent Hopkins. Nice pass to Petrie for Eberle. He almost split the defense, but it decided to defer to Eberle.
The middle was open.
Eberle brings it back in. Eberle with Hall. Pass for Nugent Hopkins gets by him. Ferentz can't keep it in at the blue line.
What happens when you're playing it up for him? The coaches will show him he wants to pass it off. Jeff Petrie, I think, will look at that and they'll show the coaches will show him. Todd Nelson say, hey, you get the opportunity, you take what the defense is giving you.
Opportunity to get his first career goal against the Red Wings. This is his 12th game. Pass for Nugent Hopkins gets by.
Middle was open.
Eberle brings it back in. Eberle with Hall. Pass for Nugent Hopkins gets by him. Ferentz can't keep it in.
He stole! St. Louis Blues, one of the best.
He almost split the defense, but decided to defer to Eberle.
The middle was open.
Eberle brings it back in. Eberle with Hall. Pass for Nugent Hopkins gets by him. Ferentz can't keep it in at Julia. Backhand for Derek Roy picked up by Teddy Mercer. He'll backhand it for Pouliot. Checked there by Abdelkader.
Edmonton
Gives it back to DeKeyser. Kept in by the Oilers. Howard plays it along the boards. Purcell is there. Derek Roy's got it now. He'll play it back to the point. Cleft bomb. Waits. Fires a shot through traffic and went through Nyquist, but didn't get through Quincy. Roy on the steal, and we have got our first penalty, and it will be a hooking call. And Teddy Purcell goes to the box. The Oilers go on the penalty kill when we come back.
Welcome back. Time to play Safeway's $1 million score and win. If any Oilers player scores 5 goals in tonight's game, Lyle Boucher of Edmonton could win $1 million. Shop at Safeway and you could be our next lucky winner right here on Sportsnet.
200 feet away from your own net is net.
It's the Detroit Red War. And the Red War than the Red Wings 34. They are currently ranked 4th in the league. 4th in the league. And there's a little bit more of an issue they want to get cleared up.
One of the reasons they're so good at power play is that they're the number one faceoff team as well. So they win those draws and they're able to keep the puck and the pressure on right away.
7 power play goals in their last 6 games. First of the night.
I am the faceoff kiss of death right there. Did you know that? Every time I say the guy's been really good in faceoff, he loses.
55% coming in. Tatar with a shot. Voss the big save, and he'll hang on.
Even though Detroit loses the draw, they win that scrum in the corner. And winning, well, they get the bounce that they need. Watch Tatar here. Tatar is just going to float away. Everybody's going in, and then what everybody does now, you shrink the zone. That's what you're supposed to do. Get a man, get coverage, get numbers over in the corner. But Tatar gets smart and gets away from all the pressure.
Datsuk wins the draw. This is Tatar again. Tatar stops it up, plays it back to DeKaiser at the point. He will give it to Datsuk. Datsuk fires it towards the net, and there is Voss to make a glove save. Give it to Datsuk. Datsuk fires it towards the net, and there is Voss to make a glove save, with Riley Shan providing the screen.
So we were wondering if there was a glass problem, and no, there wasn't. So the ref comes over, he gets a, say, can I borrow your stick, Mark? Mark Fane, big guy, flips it up, it's a puck. And then he's going to get it signed, and then that's Wes McCullough.
Tatar hits the post on the backhand. 2 big chances for Thomas Tatar on this power play. One stopped by Voss, the other one stopped by the post. He gets it back again. He'll give it to Kaiser at the point. This is Datsuk. Pavel Datsuk goes down low. Shan under pressure there from Klefbom, who separates him from the puck. Stephen Weiss gets it back to Datsuk. The Kaiser gives it to Datsuk one more time. There's a wrist shot looking for the corner and failed over top of the net. Fane sends it down the ice, and the Oilers will change their penalty killers. Get Pouliot and Hendricks out there, along with Petrie and Ferentz. 51 seconds left to go in the penalty to Teddy Purcell. 9 shots for the Wings, 3 for the Oilers. Zetterberg, Nyquist, Abdelkader drops it back. Good play there by Pouliot to break it up. Hendricks helps, finishes off. As he gets knocked down, the puck still goes down the ice. Kronwall to Gus Nyquist. Nyquist goes cross ice. Johan Franzen. Pass for Zetterberg behind him. Pouliot takes advantage and gets it out to center.
See how Pouliot works inside there? Right away, he wanted to establish body position so he could get to that puck.
What a difference he has made since coming back from that broken foot. Ferentz sends it down the ice.
Huge. Billy Jaffe and John Shannon talked about it in the open, and you can see it just when the guy plays. He makes a difference because he's got that veteran experience.
Held the Red Wings to just 2 shots on that power play. So the Red Wings now 0 for 4 in their last 2 games so far. Thomas Jurko. Here is Miller. Backhand. Jurko just overskated that. And Voss again, Drew, looking calm as he pushed that puck away.
Very important for that to happen because Victor Voss, as we know, his last few starts have not been very good. His last one was disastrous, as a matter of fact.
Gave up 3 goals on 6 shots in that game in Calgary. And got the hook. Nugent Hopkins on the sideboards in a battle there with Glendening. Jurko takes the hit from Nikita right in front of the Red Wing bench. And another penalty coming up. This comes with 7:09.
Arrives.
But
seconds.
The Oilers will have to regroup. Sheehan and Abdelkader up front, along with Eriksson and Kronwall. Petrie will give it to Lander. He'll fire it around the boards. Howard slows it down. Pouliot waiting for it in the corner. Roy quickly back to Petrie. Petrie moves to the middle. Fakes the shot. Now he'll dish off to Yakupov. Dale Yakupov to Derek Roy. Roy has to avoid Eriksson as he gets it to Yakupov. Pouliot is in front of the net. And the battle won by the Red Wings and sent down the ice.
I know why Jeff Petrie didn't shoot there because there's nobody in front, but pound it there anyway.
And you and I keep talking about watching him in practice. This kid can shoot the puck.
Can drill it. Just get it on net and let guys crash for the rebound.
Drew Miller with a steal. And a good defensive play there by Petrie to break it up, and the Oilers come right back, and this is Hall. Taylor Hall, Jordan Eberle. To Kaiser. Intercepted it the first time, and this time he sends it down the ice. Benny out into the seat right now. Schultz. Nugent Hopkins, Purcell, and Eberle down low. Nugent Hopkins to Purcell. Here's Hall. Hall will give it to Eberle. Get it back again. Let the shot go. That hit Teddy Purcell. Schultz. Nugent Hopkins. Switches. Goes all the way up top. Now he'll dish Hall. He'll let the shot go. Howard slid over and made the save. Hall, though, gets it right back. 27 seconds of 5-on-3. Schultz. Eberle. Eberle right out in front it comes. Here's Hall with a shot. He missed the target. Hall gets the puck right back again. To Schultz. Walks in. Eberle lets the shot go and a glove save by Jimmy Howard.
Couple things on this. Redwings doing up. It's in late to the net for the Oilers and 3 guys for the Red Wings. Then the 4th guy comes in late. You're going to have that opportunity. But again, when you watch the Detroit Red Wings, you watch Jimmy Howard, everybody's smartly.
It's the stick. The Oilers moved the stick. The Oilers from the faceoff. One
lanes. That's why they're 4th in league on their penalty kill. Very smartly played.
From the faceoff, won by Sheahan. Pouliot's lost his stick. The Oilers get the puck back again. It's Lander to Petrie. Petrie moves to the middle. Now he'll let it go, and he hammers it just wide. And a bouncing puck comes to Howard just as the penalty to Glenn right thing is over.
That's why if you're Jeff Petrie,
foreplay. A quick minute to go, 5-on-4. This is Anton Lander who'll give it to Petrie. He'll go cross-ice to Roy to the middle for Yakupov. Couldn't get it away because Glendening was right there. Petrie circles, gives it to Yakupov. Yakupov goes cross-ice to Lander. Lander tried to feed it out in front and went off Quincy. And is picked up there by Smith. He is checked by Yakupov, who plays it to the near side. Work back to the point. Petrie is there. He'll go down low. Eberle walks in. Lets the shot go. Petrie is there. He'll go down low. Eberle walks in. Lets the shot go. Lets the shot go. Drake Canula. Edmonton 2-1 Oilers.
65
Another turnover. Tyler Pitlick takes advantage.
That's a high level of skill right there. Again, though, get on the puck. You've got to be able to recover the puck to get a chance. The Oilers are able to do that. They're able to win the battles for the loose puck. And now Jordan Eberle's just going to stay down low. Good pass. Now he's just going to walk the lane. Take what the offense is giving or the defense is giving you. But this shot is world class. Very few players are going to be able to put that in from that angle. But he walks the lane because that was what was available. Didn't try to force the pass. Was thinking I'm attacking all the way. Jordan Eberle is starting to get hot.
His 9th goal of the season and a 4-game point streak now for number 14. Back to the lineup. Goal of the season and a 4-game point.
Eberle is starting to get hot.
His 9th goal of the season and a 4-game point streak now for number 14. Petrie and Lander get the assist. Goal scored 29. For Anton Lander, that's 2 points in his last 2 games. Natsu. Hanging on to it at the blue line. Go backhanded. It's picked off there by Boyd Gordon. And Boyd Gordon puts it down the ice for Rob Klinkhammer. Klinkhammer against Ouellette. The Hendricks even support. As Klinkhammer got dumped. Stephen Weiss. Watched it to Derek Roy. Roy behind the net. Roy against Ouellette. The Hendricks even support. Against Ouellette. Roy behind the net. Roy trying to feed it out in front. May get another opportunity. Does to play it back to the point, but Schultz unable to keep it there. And the Oilers will retreat back into their own zone. The Oilers have scored first 7 of the last 10 games.
That's a big change from earlier in the season.
Teddy Purcell flips it in, but it's brought in on the offside. Jordan Eberle now with 24 points on the season and a 4-game point streak. Our score and win winner, courtesy of Safeway and Heinz Beans and Pasta, is Juanita Rasolatu of Edmonton, who has won the Garmin Verb Elite HD Action Camera on the power play goal by Jordan Eberle.
Well, it's a pretty goal. You can take a picture of that with your new camera because he walked.
By Jordan Eberle.
Well, it's a pretty goal. You can take a picture of that with your new camera because he walks in, Jordan Eberle, and just jacks it upstairs. I love the fact that when that play starts, it's a quick high-low play and then attack to the net. straight line plays.
His 4th career goal against the Red Wings in his 13th career game. Roy intercepts, and that body language still...
10 team, see if you can bench and transfer it to more wins. There's a better feeling in the dressing room. There's a better feeling. Got every day.
Their first 31 games, they scored first 10 times. As you mentioned, 7 of their last 10. And this is the 10th game for Todd Nelson. And he is 5th time he has been a solo act behind the bench, and he's 2-0-2 so far. Jan. And offside is the call as Johan Franzen jumped ahead.
Now you speak about a guy that knows his stuff, Mike Babcock. He was saying the other day, we have to figure out how good we are. I asked him today, well, what does that mean? He said, well, the only way you can figure that out is you come out every day and you play your hardest, you play your best, you give your best effort. You can't play one good game and then take another one off. You got to play like grown-ups, you got to play like men, and you got to be, as he likes to say, an everydayer. And I think that's a great statement. If you're an everyday player, then you'll be able to figure out just how good you can be.
Here they come. Quincy, a shot that went off, cleft bomb and wide. Eberle. They'll give it to Nugent Hopkins and get it right back again. Abdelkader against Hall. Hall goes down heavily into the boards, and Eberle went down as well. Fain at the point. To the middle for Nugent Hopkins. Snaps a shot. There's a blocker saved by Howard. Nyquist. They'll give it to DeKaiser. DeKaiser off Nugent Hopkins, and the Oilers get possession back. 2:20 left to go in this first period. Shots getting closer. Wings 11, Oilers 8.
1-2-1.
Oscar Klefbom. Lost it to Datsuk. Pass for Helm just out of his reach, and here's a chance for Klinkhammer. That pass just off his stick. And he makes a big hit on Ouellette, and the glass is rattling. Rob Klinkhammer had 5 hits in that game against the Islanders. Helm fires a shot, and Schultz got a stick in the way and put it up into the netting.
He was in the AHL.
Period 3.
It's an honest, hard player who plays physical, does what he can do.
It sounds like the other 2 guys on his line.
Yeah.
Franzen goes cross ice to Tar, who had the best chance for the Red Wings. Shoots it in. He hit the post. Shea works it back up top. Here's Eriksson. Lets the shot go, and that one goes just wide. Franzen looking for it. Nikitin knocked him down. It looks like Nikitin's going to have his hands full with number 93. Nikitin goes cross ice. Picked up by Yakupov. Pushes it out.
Okay, one defenseman who hasn't had their hands full over the years with number 93. Johan Franzen, they don't call you the mule because you're easy to play against.
It's his 600th game tonight in the National Hockey League. Another one of those veteran guys you talked about that the young players are learning from.
Still that link to the great days.
Here comes Nyquist. He pitches off to Zetterberg. Zetterberg, Nyquist, and Abdelkader up front. Ferentz takes Zetterberg into the boards. Gordon in there trying to help out. He's now in a tussle with Abdelkader. We're under a minute to go in this first period. Jeff Petrie got knocked down. The puck comes right out in front. Foss reaches and got enough of it. And then looks and says, I didn't want to go.
Getting in.
4 games. Staying in. Gets 4 goals. Troy lost it to Stephen Weiss. Weiss, Datsuk, and Helm putting the pressure on. This is Pouliot. Can't get it out. Datsuk delivers the puck to DeKaiser. Gets it back again. Datsuk. Cross ice picked up by Kronwall. He'll give it to DeKaiser. DeKaiser to Datsuk. Time winding down. Here comes Datsuk. He can't get any further. And the first period will end with the Edmonton winding down. Here comes Datsuk. He can't get any further. And the first period will end with the Edmonton Oilers getting the lash. And the period comes to an end. Even though they got outshot by the Wings. Marker of the year. His 4th career goal against the Red Wings.
Welcome back to, wow, that's a beautiful shot of Rexall Place. And, well, if you're a fan of the team in the Alberta capital, that is a beautiful score as they lead the Detroit Red Wings, one of those original 6 teams. Well, one of the players the Edmonton Oilers have been trying to find a place to play is Leon Draisaitl, a story you first saw on Sportsnet.ca. And today it wrapped up because Draisaitl had his rights assigned to the CHL, and specifically the Prince Albert Raiders has been traded to the Kelowna Rockets for 2 players and a Bantam draft pick. And, well, not a bad city and not a bad place to go, considering the Kelowna Rockets are currently second in the CHL's top 10 rankings. Flew to Kelowna today, practiced with his new club this afternoon, and Leon expected to make his debut with the Rockets tomorrow when they take on Vancouver. And hang on,
ParsonsCore.com. First period scoring summary brought to you by Worley Parsons Cord. Visit WorleyParsonsCore.com to find your place on our construction team.
1-0. So there's only 1 goal. Jordan Eberle on the power play. Jacks it upstairs from Jeff Petrie, and Anton Lander gets a point. Red Wings outshot the Oilers 12-8. Victor Foss was very good, as the guys talked about on the pass.
Jeff Petrie played 6 minutes and 53 seconds in that first period. How about Boyd Gordon against the number 1 face-off team in the league? He goes 6. How about Boyd Gordon? Number 1 face-off team in the league. He goes 6-1 in the dot.
Boyd Gordon has a style that's tough to beat. And when you're playing the Detroit Red Wings, you're better off having the puck than having to chase it, because this is a team that still can control the puck, like they used to when they just monopolized it. You could never get it back from them, but they still, when they win the draw, they go to work. And a team that still can control the puck, like they used to when they just monopolized it. You could never get it back from them, but they still, when they win the draw, they go to work.
Tanner Hall, the steal of soft team in the league. He goes 6-1 in the dot.
McDavid. Boyd Gordon has a score!
Connor McDavid makes it 3-1 Edmonton.
Kyle, that's tough to beat. And when you're playing the Detroit Red Wings, you're better off having the puck than having to chase it, because this is a team that still can control the puck, like they used to when having to chase it to beat. And when you're playing the Detroit Red Wings, you're better off having the puck than having to chase it, because this is a team that still can control the puck, like they used to when they just monopolized it. You could never get it back from the puck. They still, when they win the draw, they go to work. Because this is a team that's still back from the puck. They still, when they win the draw, they go to work. 189. You could never get it back from the puck. They still, when they win the draw, they go to work.
Tanner Hall, the steal of Erickson.
Calgary,
They'll play it back to Cromwell. The Red Wings 5-4-1 in their last 10 games on the road. Their last victory on the road was in Ottawa before the New Year, December 27th. Erickson, Stephen Weiss, he will backhand it in. Thiem gets there ahead of Helm. Nugent Hopkins starts the rush. Hall lost it to Datsyuk. Datsyuk just inside the blue line, gets his pocket picked by Hall. Puck comes down the ice, and that's going to be icing against the Oilers.
You run out of superlatives about this guy, Pavel Datsyuk, but he's just a great hockey player, for lack of a better word. It's that off the stick, on the skate, back to the stick. And here's the defensive part of his game. Coming in, takes the puck from a man. His angle, his approach angle is the best in the league. When you teach kids how to angle, to check properly, that's one of the toughest things to get in their head. Pavel Datsyuk has it down to a fine art.
And you win the Selke Trophy, but at the same time, 3 times in your career, you've had 30 or more goals.
Yeah. That's a pretty good hockey player.
Zetterberg with Nyquist and Applicator out there now against the Oilers' top line, and it is Nugent Hopkins who wins the draw. Nugent Hopkins is on pace to take about 200 or more faceoffs than he did last year. He has taken the most draws of any player on this Oilers by Hall. Puck comes down the ice, and that's going to be icing against the Oilers.
2 goals and an assist.
You ran out of superlatives about this guy, Pavel.
And now what an opportunity on a 4-on-3 power play for 28 seconds. And he's out with Lucic and Eberle and Oscar Klefbom battling to win the draw. And now what an opportunity.
This point, 2 goals and an assist as the top performer at this point.
And now what an opportunity on a 4-on-3 power play for 28 seconds. And he's out with Lucic and Eberle and Oscar Klefbom.
Approach and check properly. That's one of the toughest things to get in their head. Pavel Datsyuk has it down to a fine art.
And you win the Selke.
That's pretty good hockey.
Applicator out there has taken the most draws of any player on this Oilers team. Payne sends it around the boards. Teddy Purcell waiting for it there. Goes between his legs for Derek Roy, just out of his reach. Ouellette broke that up. Both Ouellette and Lander named to the All-Star team, Drew. That game is January 26th. Both guys hope they can't make the game because they're playing in the bigs.
Well, this guy will probably make the game. Pavel Datsyuk, best plus-minus by forward since 2007. Some pretty heady names when you look at them, but Pavel Datsyuk, number 2, just behind Jonathan Taves in Chicago. Pavel Datsyuk, plus 150. You want to talk about a trust factor a coach has with putting a guy like that on the ice? All you got to do is just let him go do his thing.
And a lot of his peers think he is the best player.
Pavel Datsyuk.
They keep accomplished, but much better are Tatar, their second power play. They generated 2 shots when they had the man advantage in the first. Tatar back at the point. He'll go cross ice to Kaiser. Waiting for it to give it back to him. The Kaiser lets that shot go, and it looked like a 9-iron as that puck went rattling off the glass. Got under it. He'll have the puck again at the blue line. He can't keep it in, though. Being hounded there by Boyd Gordon, who's out with Nugent Hopkins. The Kaiser retreats back to his own zone. He will give it to Datsyuk. Tatar and Sheehan join him along with Weiss. Jeff Petrie gets there ahead of Datsyuk. Weiss gives him a little help. Gets it back to Tatar. Back to the Kaiser. The Kaiser. Thomas Tatar down low. Datsyuk centering it outside front for Weiss. And Stephen Weiss couldn't. One goes wide away, but Datsyuk fires it. Jeff Petrie prevented it. There's Sheehan trying to get a stick on it. That one goes wide. Puck comes free. It comes right to Hendricks, who fires it down the ice. Klefbom and Fane. And Fane pointing to Justin Abdelkader, who's hanging around the blue line. Cronwall to Nyquist. Nyquist moving in against Hendricks. Plays it back to the point. Cronwall fakes the shot. Now he'll go down low. Franzen waiting for it there. Gives it right back to Cronwall. He'll go cross ice. This is Zetterberg snapping a shot, and there is Victor Foss to make the save. 20. Crosses the blue with a penalty to Nicky Nikitin for delay of game. Pouliot and Gordon up front on this penalty kill as Zetterberg crosses the blue line. Zetterberg, what a move. Zetterberg has got a man in front. And he couldn't get it to Abdelkader, but how did he do that? In front. And he couldn't get it to Abdelkader, but how did he do that? Oh my God! Wow.
That's like cheating. It's so good.
Zetterberg leads this team in assists and points. He's got 33 on the season. But the Red Wings are now 0 for 2 with a man advantage. They generated 2 shots on that power play, so 4 their 2 power plays. Miller intercepts the puck, but Fraser brings it back in. Drew Miller on the corner. Drew Miller got robbed by his brother in that game in Vancouver a couple of times. His mom was both happy and sad at the same time.
She was at the game.
Here's Petrie. Wide fires a shot, and that hard blast is gobbled up by Howard, and he'll hang the game. Here's Petrie. Mom was both happy. Here's a shot, and that hard blast is gobbled up by Howard, and he'll hang on.
Well, speaking of superlatives, Pavel Datsyuk, Henrik Zetterberg is something that we should talk about. Someone we should talk about. I don't know how he does this. Sometimes you don't need to say anything, but let the guy just do what he does. I got it? It's like it's on a string. Wow. And then he almost sets up a beautiful, beautiful play to Darren.
Nugent Hopkins beats Datsyuk on that draw. Fane throws it towards the net. Howard reaches out, grabs the rebound. He'll hang on. On that draw, Fane throws it towards the net. Howard reaches out, grabs the rebound. He'll hang on.
That's why 42. You want kids. That's why
You rebound, you'll hang on.
That's why You want kids to go out on the rink, on the ODRs, and every time, and just let them go play. So they do things like that. And every time, and just let them go play. So they do things like that. That's not developed by a coach. Just let them go play. So they do things like that. That's not developed by a coach. That's why you want kids to go out on the rink, on the ODRs, and every time, and just let them go play. So they do things like that. That's want kids to go out on the rink, on the ODRs, and every time a coach yelling at you to dump it in.
Keaton, as Nugent Hopkins has won 2 straight draws in the offensive zone against Datsyuk. Stephen Weiss will backhand it in. Foss out of the net, plays it around for Fain on the near side. He'll give it to Everly quickly to the middle to Nugent Hopkins. Lost an edge. Datsyuk brings it right back in with Darren Helm. Snaps his shot. And there is Foss. Datsyuk brings it right back in with Darren Helm. Snaps his shot. And there is Foss to make the save. The 50-goal mark.
Goals.
Another turnover. Tyler Pitlick takes advantage. And it's 2-2. This is almost a bad read by Larson. He gets contact with it.
Introducing the new BF Goodrich.
Nugent Hopkins coming underneath, but then he blows a tire, and Datsyuk comes back, pivots around it. Gets a shot, comes in, and bounced up by the Edmonton Oilers. Good support by Ryan Nugent Hopkins coming underneath, but then he... Nice breakout by the Edmonton Oilers. Good support by Ryan Nugent Hopkins coming underneath, but then he blows a tire, and Datsyuk comes back. This is what's supposed.
Tyler Pitlick's been a 5-year pro.
Nice breakout by the Edmonton Oilers. Good support by Ryan Nugent Hopkins coming underneath, but then he blows a tire, and Datsyuk comes back. This is what Datsyuk does really well.
Because of injury,
Two-time BF Goodrich. Take control.
Get your chance and you go October 12th.
Nice breakout by the Edmonton Oilers. Good support by Ryan Nugent Hopkins coming underneath, but then he blows a tire, and Datsyuk comes back. This is what support by coming underneath, but then he blows a tire, and Datsyuk comes back. This is what Datsyuk does really well. He changes that angle. Nice breakout by the Edmonton Oilers. Good support by Ryan Nugent Hopkins coming underneath, but then he blows a tire, and Datsyuk comes back. This is what Datsyuk does really well. He changes that angle, that shot. Nice breakout by the Edmonton Oilers. Good support by Ryan Nugent Hopkins coming underneath. Nice breakout by the Edmonton Oilers. Good support by Ryan Nugent Hopkins coming underneath, but then he blows a tire, and Datsyuk comes back. This is what
Here's the Oilers goal. His 50th goal of the season. And 90 points scored by number 19, Patrick
Datsyuk does really
far. Yakubov is checked by the Kaiser. Sheehan's shot is blocked by Fraser, who dives to try and break up that pass. Anton Lander in support as it comes to Quincy. This is Sheehan. Sheehan in the corner. Quincy calling for it, will get it. He and the Kaiser on the point. Fraser battles with him, gets it to Yakubov, and look at support is Schultz. Yakubov moving in. Yakubov fires it. Schultz looking for it as well. Howard got a piece of that shot from Nail Yakubov. The Kaiser goes right up the middle. Pocket pick there by Yakubov, but he does recover and get it to his D partner Quincy. Good sequence there for Nail Yakubov. Benoit Pouliot. Derek Roy. Teddy Purcell. Pressure from Boots.
fell off his stick when he went to the backhand.
Here's Zetterberg under pressure from Pouliot. Petrie moving in. Petrie backhand slides it right through.
And he just fell off his stick when he went to the backhand.
Backhand slides it right through.
And he just fell off his stick when he went to the backhand.
Here's Zetterberg under pressure from Pouliot. Oilers keeping the wings end up in their own zone as Purcell gives it to the captain, gets it back in. Keeping the Pouliot, nice pass to Ferentz. His shot doesn't make it all the way through with steam because Nyquist got his stick on it. Now in a race, Abdelkader gets there ahead of Ferentz. Nyquist on the near side, his stick taken out of his hand, and this is Derek Roy. Roy with Purcell and Pouliot. Roy on Ouellette. Ouellette got the stick in the way, comes up with the puck.
Yeah, but he pushed Derek Roy to an angle that Derek was not allowed to make a play.
That's why he's going to the American Hockey League All-Star game. Klinkhammer, 4 hits in that first period, brings it in offside as Derek Roy was trapped. 1-0 the score for the Oilers. Rogers, and as Derek Roy was trapped. 1-0 the score for the Oilers. Rogers, Oilers.
Welcome back to Rexall one of their players who was certainly playing well for them going into the end of 2014, and someone who didn't have a very good New Year's Eve. Tyler Pitlick, you suffered a ruptured spleen on a collision with Lance Boma. Did you know right away that night that something just wasn't right?
Yeah, I felt a little something right away, but it wasn't until later that I really knew something was wrong.
What concerned you the most about having an injury that hockey players aren't used to having?
I mean, I just didn't really know anything about it, and then the doc started telling me that you might need to get it removed if it's really bad, and that it was bleeding. I didn't really know too much, so it was kind of freaking me out.
And now you're a little more calmed down. You're back in Edmonton, and what's sort of the diagnosis of what you can or can't do over the next little while?
Basically, just got to rest for a month and let everything heal up, and then I can start skating and exercising and kind of getting myself back in shape.
Tyler, thanks for this, and health and happiness in 2015 soon enough for you, okay?
Thank you.
Finished the game. Let's not forget that. Last guy I can think of that had a ruptured spleen playing in a game was Peter Forsberg. Remember the playoffs against the Los Angeles Kings? He was playing for Colorado in 2001. Yep.
Glendening moving in now with Yurko. Glendening. Great defensive play turned in by Jeff Schultz. As he broke up that 2-on-1. Thomas Yurko, though, has it again. And there is Victor Foss to get a stick in the way. But Schultz coming back hard.
McDavid coming back hard.
A hit there. Example, but he is your at Henrik. He is trying to catch his breath. Looked hard and a hit there.
Coming back hard.
It was gone.
Forward to the puck, not sit. Holds onto it, puts it between his legs, snaps it back to Boyd Gordon.
Hut.
Yep.
Red Wings on their third power play. Power play goals. Franzen. Nyquist, cross ice for Zetterberg. Applicators out in front, so is Nyquist, but the Oilers get the puck down the ice. And it is Boyd Gordon going to the bench with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Pouliot and Purcell are out there now. Nikitin and Fain are the defenders on the blue line as Nyquist weaves his way. The pass to Franzen. Franzen throws it in behind the net. Abdelkader waiting for it on the far side. He is given a bump by Pouliot. Zetterberg digging for it along with Nikitin. Abdelkader goes down. The puck still free, and a chance for Fain as he whips it around to the near side. Kept in, though, by Cronwall. Cronwall, Franzen to Nyquist with a shot, and a save by Fox.
Execution was an excellent. Gets to the other side.
Go, and the penalty to Matt Boyd Gordon wins the draw. That means the Oilers send it down the ice, and there's less than a minute to go, and the penalty to Matt Hendricks. Danny DeKeyser will give it to Stephen Weiss. Here comes Datsyuk to Tatar. Thomas Tatar. Back to DeKeyser at the point, but it gets by him. Weiss being hounded by Pouliot. Pouliot and Purcell out there with Ferentz and Petrie. DeKeyser. Stops it for Datsyuk. Gives it to Thomas Tatar. Tatar back to the point. Nobody home. So this power play, Drew, is out of sync.
That's that execution.
They were 0 for 3 in Vancouver. And in danger of going 0 for 3 here at Rexall. And kudos to the Oilers as well as Klefbom sends it around the boards, and it gets by Eriksson. And that will do it. Just one shot for the Red Wings as Henrik steps out of the box. Under 11 minutes go in the second period. 4-2 Glendening with speed. Glendening centering pass, and it's cleared away by Oscar Klefbom. Cronwall at the point. Keeps it in. Glendening, Yurko, and Miller. Eberle looking for a pass that was cut off by Eriksson. Thomas Jurko will then give it to Eriksson. He will play it back to his D partner, Nicholas Kronwall. Kronwall, a long pass to Glendening. Tips it in. Miller is going to go after it. Miller against Schultz. Drew Miller behind the net it goes. Thomas Jurko. Jurko to Miller. Miller trying to work his way out in front. He gets prevented from doing that. It comes back to the point, and it gets by Xavier Ouellette. Ouellette will give it right back to Glendening. Into the shift for him. He'll shoot it puck in. Zetterberg going after it. Zetterberg against Schultz. Nyquist joins along with Yakupov, but Smith down low. Good stick there by Schultz to break that pass up. Yakupov under pressure from Brendan Smith. Nugent Hopkins does work it down the ice. That will allow him to change and allow Anton Lander to get over the boards. Ouellette comes to the near side for Brendan Smith. Smith takes second there from Yakupov. Abdelkader against Schultz. Abdelkader circles the net. He is with Zetterberg and Nyquist. Nyquist is in front of the cage as Quincy moves in. Here's Quincy firing a shot. Another chance. He scores. 2 chances. And the Red Wings are on the board. And the Abdelkader against Schultz. Abdelkader circles the net. Abdelkader. He is with Zetterberg and Nyquist. Nyquist is in front of the cage as Quincy moves in. Here's Quincy firing a shot. Another chance. He scores. Another chance. He scores. And the Red Wings are on the board. Zetterberg cuts the Oiler lead to 4-3.
Little switch up top. Little switch up top. Defensive forward. Quincy takes the puck. There'll be a little bit of a rotate. Quincy's going to switch with him. Drop it to him. Now the Oilers are pretty good. They're in good shape. But after the initial block, Oscar Klefbom cannot recover. Quincy follows up that block shot and jacks it upstairs. Lots of traffic in front, though. Gustav Nyquist being a bother to Victor Foss. Enough of a bother that you could maybe have a look at that if there was allowed goaltender interference to be looked at. They're going
team games.
We've got.
And for Kyle Quincy, his first in 14 games, his second goal of the season has made it a 2-1 game. Justin Abdelkader gets his 10th goal of the year. And for Kyle Quincy, his first goal against the Edmonton Oilers in his 22nd career game. Eddie Burchell, the pass for Benoit Pouliot. He battles with the goal scorer. 10:44, the time of the goal. Sheahan. Tatar against Jeff Petrie. Thomas Tatar. Battle along the near wall. Coming up with it is Pouliot, and he will chip that puck out. It didn't go as far as he wanted. The Oilers making a line change as Kronwall brings it in, centering pass, and it's steered away by Victor Foss. Datsyuk. Stephen Weiss can't control it. The Oilers get it out. Opportunity now for Matt Hendricks as he pulls his way in. Hendricks against Kronwall. Support coming from Klinkhammer. Rob Klinkhammer back to the point. Payne moves to the middle. Now he'll dish off. Keaton Wine fires a shot. Big rebound in front. Kept in by Payne. Hendricks bothering Jimmy Howard. Certainly was. Hendricks has the puck again. This is Boyd Gordon. Back to the point. Payne steps into a one-time shot. Big rebound by Howard. But it's picked up there by Kronwall. Datsyuk through the middle. Pavel Datsyuk throws it behind the net. Waiting for it is Darren Helm on the far side. Helm gets knocked down by Nikitin as it comes back to Quincy at the point. Helm has it again. Helm hit by Hall. Helm fights him off, throws it towards the net. It goes wide. Glendening behind the net. Glendening checked by Payne and Nikitin. The puck is pinned, and we get a whistle. Kyle Quincy gets his second goal of the year to make it a 2-1 game here at Rexall.
Safeway's featured participating product for tonight's hockey game is Heinz beans and pasta.
It is a 1-1 game with 7:11 left to go in the second period. The Wings with 18 shots, the Oilers with 13. Jordan Eberle, a power play goal at 15:29 in the first. Kyle Quincy at 10:44 here in the second. And we're knotted at 1. Petrie. They'll give it to Teddy Purcell. Off the skate of Ferentz. And that's going to be icing.
7:02 left in the second period, and the Detroit Red Wings have had the majority of play in this second period. So now you have to look at the Edmonton Oilers and say, okay, what do you got? What do you got for a pushback, boys? There's been a lot of energy, a lot of work by the Oilers, but they have not had a lot of offensive chances because of that work. Mostly been on defending. So now you got to find a way to push back. This is when the test really comes in a game.
Zetterberg and Derek Roy. From the face-off, won by Zetterberg to Nyquist. Nyquist from the corner, centering it for Zetterberg. Good play by Purcell to prevent that clean shot. To Kaiser. To Nyquist. With Abdelkader. Quick shot there by Zetterberg, and another save by Victor Foss. With Abdelkader. Quick shot. Then hockey comes your way. Hey, this Wednesday, it's going to be the Washington Capitals against the Toronto Maple Leafs. That is on the way at 4:30 Eastern Time on Sportsnet. That can't be 4:30 Eastern Time. That's a little bit too early, because that would be like, what, 2:30 Mountain Time?
Yeah, I think that's too early. Most people won't be off work by then.
Dave Moyer does the stats, also writes these promos, so I'm going to blame him. As Tatar lets the shot go. It's blocked. Another shot from Erickson. And look at Victor Foss scrambling. Getting it back to Tatar right through. Brendan Smith a tip. Here's Tatar again. Shane looking for it, and Victor Foss ends it with a puck underneath him. And ends up with a huge ovation from the folks here in Rexall. Bend but don't break, Victor Foss. A huge ovation from the folks here in Rexall. Bend but don't break, Victor Foss.
You know when they talk about
bend but don't break, Victor Foss.
4-3 Edmonton.
You know when they talk about goaltenders battling to keep pucks out of the net? This is a battle right here. One shot causes all kinds of problems. Great save right there. Puck goes right through, a little extra effort with Nikita in front. He prevents another goal and a good chance by Tatar. Nikita and Victor Foss doing a great job keeping the puck out of the net.
Ouellette throws it toward the net. That was blocked, didn't make it through. Make it through. Bounced off the boards by Klinkhammer out to center. Boyd Gordon. Matt Hendricks on it. Ouellette watching him. Ouellette takes him into the boards. Gordon there as well, along with Brendan Smith. The puck does come free.
Next keyboard.
And it is Johan
Slider at 57 minutes.
Riley Shea. 30 Mountain. Scotia.
You know,
Erickson. Blame him. Victor Foss scrambling. Getting it back. Coming up through. Brendan Smith. Here's the top again. Looking for what a fight. Ends up with a puck underneath him. And ends up with a huge ovation from the folks here at Rexall. Bend but don't break, Victor Foss.
You know when they talk about goaltenders battling to keep pucks out of the net? This is a battle right here. One shot causes all kinds of problems. Great save right there. Puck goes right through, a little extra effort with Nikita in front. He prevents another goal and a good chance by Tatar. With the great save right. Goaltenders battling to keep pucks out of the net. This is a battle right here. One shot causes all kinds of problems. Great save right there. Puck goes right through, a little extra effort with Nikita in front. He prevents another goal and a good chance by Tatar. The kinds of problems. Great save right there. Puck goes right through, a little extra effort with Nikita in front. He prevents another goal and a good chance by Tatar. Nikita and Tatar.
Here at Rexall. Bend but don't break, Victor Foss.
You know when they talk about goaltenders battling to keep pucks out of the net? This is a battle right here.
Bend but don't break, Victor Foss.
A 5-minute fight.
You know when they talk about goaltenders battling
Victor Foss.
The Oilers.
You know when they talk about goaltenders battling to keep pucks out of the net? This is a battle.
Detroit, number 4. 5 minutes each for fighting.
Folks here in Rexall. Ben the tar again. Sheehan look.
Next keyboard shortcut. 1 hour, 1 hour. 58 minutes, 20.
Brendan Smith.
This is it
from the crew. Brendan Smith, the puck underneath. Don't break, Victor Foss.
You know when they talk about goaltenders battling to keep pucks out of the net? This is a battle right here. One shot causes all kinds of problems. Great save right there. Puck goes right through, a little extra effort with Nikita in front. He's one shot causes all kinds of problems. Great save right there. Puck goes right through, a little extra effort with Nikita in front. He's one shot causes
Foss.
You know when they talk about goaltenders battling to keep pucks out of the net? This is a battle right here. One shot causes all kinds of problems. Great save right there. Puck goes right through, a little extra effort with the
play keyboard shortcut K button K.
Apparently there was goaltender offside. 10-minute misconduct prior to the fight.
YouTube video.
Key battle right here.
Bend but don't break, Victor Foss.
You know when they talk about goaltenders battling to keep pucks out of the net? This is a battle right here. One shot causes all kinds of problems. Great save right there. One shot causes all kinds of problems. Great save right there. Puck goes right through, a little extra effort with Nikita in front. He's pressed another. One shot causes all kinds of problems. Great save right there. Puck goes right through, a little extra effort with Nikita in front. He's pressed.
Play keyboard shortcut K button K.
Upon further review, there was no goaltender offside. We have a 10-minute misconduct. And therefore, the Oilers had another problem.
YouTube video.
Puck goes right through, a little extra effort with Nikita in front. He's pressed another goal and a good calls to keep pucks out of the net. This is a battle right here. One shot causes all kinds of problems. Great save right there. Puck goes right through, a little extra effort with Nikita in front. He's pressed.
Bend but don't break, Victor Foss.
Complimentary.
You know when they talk about goaltenders battling to keep pucks out of the net? This is a battle right here. One shot causes all kinds of problems. Great save right there. Puck goes right through, a little extra effort.
NHL January. Glad to have him back. Seek slider, 7 minutes, 18 seconds.
This is what you see, Jim, when you look at these types of games. At one end, you got Lucic. He's a veteran guy, but player trying to make his mark in the National Hockey League. Bad timing there as Russell turned around.
This is a
with
battle
the reverse
right
pass, and Kachuk didn't
One
lay
shot
up in time.
causes all
So
kinds
the
of
first
problems.
penalty and an
Great
early
save
opportunity
right
for the Oilers to get this
goes
crowd
right through, a little
back
extra
on their
effort.
feet.
Power play is brought to you by BioSteel Sports and Nutrition, the natural choice for everyday performance. Drink the pink.
56 minutes, 40.
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins starts on the power play. McDavid is to his left.
Maroon there as well, along with Brendan Smith. The puck does come free. And it is Johan Franzen. Riley Sheehan. Sheehan gets the flip pass, but the Keats broke that up. Like that. Out the near side it comes. Under 6 minutes left to go in the second period. Pass for Hendricks is broken up by Oled. As Franzen is hurt.
Franzen is down. He's going to get some help, get back up, but he's now talking to the official about there's got to be a penalty in that one. Good job. If you can read lips, you can see good job, and I don't think he was being truly authentic and sincere when he said that to the official.
No.
Play graphic. 58.
So just in the neutral zone, you're going to see Johan Franzen gets decked away from the play, clearly interference.
Edmonton, number 97.
Rob Klinkhammer.
For interference.
YouTube video buzz.
Just drills Johan Franzen. Clearly interference. And now we're having a discussion with Todd Nelson about what's going on there. So Johan Franzen didn't see the hit coming. Rob Klinkhammer was heading towards his bench and saw Johan Franzen, and you're going to get a beautiful look at it right here. Bang! So Franzen's going to the net, or Franzen's going to his, Klinkhammer's going to his bench. Franzen's starting to turn to go the other way on transition, and Rob Klinkhammer runs over him.
Franzen now talking to the referee.
Now you've got the Oiler penalty box.
We'll take a break.
Welcome back. The Goals for Kids program is proudly sponsored by Synovus. For every Oilers goal this season, Synovus will donate $400 to Kidsport. To date, the Oilers have scored 88 goals for a total of $35,200.
And that 88 goals scored by Jordan Everly. And here is Franzen doing what he does a lot of.
I think the way he does it, this is during the break, the way he does it is the right way. He's not getting hysterical. Not a lot of gestures.
By Jordan Everly. And here is Franzen doing what he does a lot of.
I think the way he does it, this is during the break, the way he does it is the right way. He's not getting hysterical. Not a lot of gestures at the referee, trying to make the referee look bad. He's talking to him saying, well, how do you think I got knocked on my keister?
Accidentally on purpose. Datsuk, Stephen Weiss. One-on-one against Petrie. Turn back, here's Nugent Hopkins. Stripped by Datsuk. He's in with Helm. Datsuk to Helm. Up top. And Boston got a piece of that. The puck goes over top of the net. Oh, Pavel Datsuk. That is a one, not a stick.
Harry Potter of the NHL.
Wow.
Sorry, is that an old reference? The kids, they talk about these things.
That's okay. There's a Harry Potter 7 right now.
The NHL.
Right? The Kaiser goes cross ice and snapping the stick on that shot.
What a play.
Kaiser.
Attack. How quickly.
Blocked before it could get through, and Derek Roy will send this puck down the ice. It goes right on to Jimmy Howard. Howard will give it to Quincy. Quincy. His pass for Yurko. Glendening works it out to center. Schultz. Quincy intercepts it. This is Schultz. Finds Purcell, who gives it to Nikitin. Nikitin winds, fires another hard shot. That is 2 rockets from Nicky Nikitin tonight. That one missed the net. Man, his back must be feeling better.
He's got a bullet of a shot, without a doubt. His game is improving. There's no doubt about it.
An opportunity right now. It's fired it by Klefbom.
Sticks all over the place. Like garage sale down there.
Roy lost his as Miller backhands it in. Spain behind the net takes the hit from Miller. Glendening tied up there by Oscar Klefbom. Yakupov gets the puck to come free. Yakupov, though, can't get out. Zetterberg goes down, carrying on Nyquist. He snaps a shot, blocked by Klefbom. Another chance. This time, Foss makes the save. Zetterberg to Nyquist behind the net. His centering pass. And stopping Abdelkader was Foss. The Smith lets it go. It dribbles towards the net. Picked his pocket. Here's Abdelkader. Here is Zetterberg. Zetterberg. As the Red Wings starting to dance here in the final 5 minutes. Hard shot from Ouellette. Chance for Yakupov. He lost an edge. Abdelkader will give it to Ouellette. Ouellette. Brendan Smith, he was bumped into by Lander. Both teams want to change. 24 shots for the Wings, 14 for the Oilers.
Look, the one-touch passes in the offensive zone. This changes everything.
I just have to wait till the play's over.
Fine job, Kevin. Don't get on yourself.
Here's Hendricks. Drops it back for Ferentz. He will give it to Petrie. And Petrie goes cross-ice. Ferentz, up the middle it goes. Gordon trying to tip it in against Cronwall. He is stopped. Gordon will try again. A backhand this time. Klinkhammer moving in. Oh, he tried to throw a big hit on Cronwall, and Cronwall sidestepped him as that puck gets deflected into the Cronwall. Stephen Weiss tips it in. Petrie gets there first. Petrie goes down. The puck comes free, and it's picked up there by Hall. Hall to Eberle. Jordan Eberle with Hall driving the net. Here's Eberle with a shot. Howard the save. No rebound for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
You can hear the bench yelling, shoot, shoot.
15th shot for the Edmonton Oilers.
This is just a battle by Taylor Hall just to hold on to the puck, protect it. Now he's just going to drive. See, you hear that? Shoot. Gets the puck on the net. Not a bad play now, and that's not where Jordan Eberle really wanted to put it. He wanted to maybe roll that off the pads, but by that time, Taylor Hall was past the net.
Eberle with a power play goal. His third of the season in the first period. That line will stay out there with Schultz and McKeith. Zetterberg against Nugent-Hopkins at the dot. Zetterberg wins that draw, sends it around the boards. Nyquist waiting for it, takes a hit from Hall. To Kaiser. Under pressure. The puck almost goes off Quincy and into the net. The Kaiser wants to relieve the pressure and gets it down the ice. Abdelkader gets it to Nyquist. Nyquist cutting for the net. The ice. Abdelkader gets it to Nyquist. Nyquist cutting for the net. Got tripped up.
Eberle still jogging his stick on the
Dasu. And they actual Hockey League leading power play total. They've now got 35 power play goals on the year. Cronwall and Dasu get the helpers at 18-29. Pavel Datsuk 6 points in his last 7 games. Justin Abdelkader gets his 10th goal of the year.
Last minute of play in the
We're under a minute to go in the second period.
The Redwings power play goal scored by Abdelkader.
Booyah almost got away. Quincy prevented that pass from getting to him. Tatar flips it high. Petrie waiting for that pop fly to come down. Prevented that pass from getting to him. Tatar. Front of the net. Zetterberg works it back one-handed to Cronwall. Abdelkader again in front of the net as time winds down in this period. Here's Abdelkader in the corner. There's Zetterberg and Datsuk who are back together again.
Hard to break out of your own zone for the Edmonton Oilers because the defense for the Detroit Red Wings putting a ton of pressure on. They're closing that space off big time.
Datsuk keeps it in against Hall. Abdelkader turns, plays it to the far side. Zetterberg waiting for it there. Zetterberg, hard pass out in front for Datsuk, goes right through. Eriksson throws it towards the net. That misses on the glove side. Zetterberg, though, can't keep it in.
Be very happy about the one that wasn't called. And then the call that McNaven got for the penalty shot.
The Oilers 14-7. David Amber in that second period. They outscore them as well. 2-0. 35 power play goals on the season for them. Welcome back, everyone, as we get set for the start of the third period. Before we do that, let's take a look at tonight's scoring summaries brought to you by Worley Parsons Cord. Visit WorleyParsonsCord.com to find your place on our construction team.
Jordan Eberle on the power play in the first period from Petrie and Lander. That was the 1-0 lead going into the second intermission as the Red Wings outshot the Oilers 12-8. But the Red Wings turned it up a couple of notches. Kyle Quincy with the second goal for Justin Abdelkader. And then Abdelkader got his own on the power play. Great deflection in front from Nicholas Cromwell and Pavel Datsuk. Shots on goal now 26-15.
The first time.
The Detroit Red Wings now requires a big-time pushback from the Edmonton Oilers.
Cam Talbot got better as the season went on for the Oilers, but they needed to get
net, right off the hop
early in the season this time
don't block many shots.
Referees tonight are playing
in the NHL. They've only blocked 3 shots tonight. So you may be able to get pucks through here in the third period. The Oilers with 15 shots, as Drew mentioned. As the third period is underway, the Oilers down by 1. In fact, the goal to get pucks through here in the third period. The Oilers with 15 goals for him. It's the time in his career. He has gotten 10. That is a career high for him. Datsuk stops as he drives the net. He'll go over to the corner and get it again. Nugent-Hopkins to Eberle to Hall. Hall lost it as it goes in the corner. Datsuk with Bain keeping the puck in for Hall. Hall behind the net. Got double teamed. Datsu comes away. The Red Wings will be in Calgary on Wednesday. They'll travel to Washington on Saturday. As part of a 6-game road trip for them, the Oilers have the Chicago Blackhawks here on Friday. Florida makes a visit on Sunday. Zetterberg on the steal. Moving in with Nyquist. Zetterberg waits, fires a shot. Foss steers that aside. This is Derek Roy. Roy to Pouliot. Pouliot backhands it in. Quincy. Nyquist. Pass Zetterberg for Abdelkader. Justin Schultz back defensively. Lays it around the boards, but Zetterberg's waiting for it there. Checked by Pouliot. Smith to Ouellette. Ouellette off the stick of Derek Roy, but the Red Wings keep the puck in, and it's Nyquist behind the net. Zetterberg got a little piece of advertising on him as Nyquist let the shot go. Foss made the save.
This is the future of the NHL, folks. Advertising on the jerseys.
Boy, is he that good that he's wearing a cape?
Yes, he is super Zetterberg.
Clefbaum. We'll give it to Schultz.
It's going to cost extra, too.
Right back to Clefbaum. That's what they're paying for the new arena. Which should be open a year after the Oilers rink opens. Right out in front it comes. A penalty coming up as Teddy Purcell got the puck. Schultz leads up a little bit. There to start this power play with Hall, Nugent Hopkins, Schultz, and Purcell. Schultz leading the rush for the Oilers. Drops it back for Nugent Hopkins. Quickly to Everly. Dishes to Purcell. Purcell plays it behind the net. Everly will get there. It was intercepted before it could get to Hall. Fumble. Fires it down the ice.
An excellent penalty kill breakout.
Helm and Sheehan are up front, along with Quincy and De Kaiser. Everly. He is stopped by Darren Helm, and Helm moves in shorthanded, lets a shot go. It goes wide. But it's kept in by Riley Sheehan. Sheehan. And Helm taking time off the clock now as it works its way down to a minute left for power play. Quincy in the corner. Hall bumps into him. Anton Lander on the ice. And it's sent down the ice by Drew Miller. Penalty killers will change for the Detroit Red Wings. The Oilers will also get another power play unit out there. Lander, Yakubov, Roy, Pouliot, with Petrie the lone defenseman. Yakubov to Derek Roy behind the net. Roy from the corner gets a little help from Lander, who sends it around the other side. Petrie racing over. Good job to keep it in. But it comes to Luke Glendening. He will bounce that puck down. And Victor Foss will leave it there for Petrie. Chance for one last rush. Petrie to Derek Roy to Benoit Pouliot. A pass that went off of Yakubov. Yakubov then bumps into Derek Roy, and back the other way comes Abdelkader with Helm. 2-on-1. Abdelkader to Helm. Helm to Abdelkader. Stopped by Foss. Penalty is over. Teams are in even strength. But Drew, the best chances came shorthanded as the Oilers did not get a shot on net.
You don't want to be talking about your own goaltender when you've got the power play, but you have to mention Victor Foss. So far in the game, he has played.
29 saves for Victor Foss. Haveldatz played. 29 saves for Victor Foss. Haveldatzer chips it in. Boyd Gordon comes back to get it. He will give it to Nikitin. Nikitin to Mark Fane. Back to Nikitin. Nikitin, long shot right on to Howard. Steered aside. Ouellette lost it to Gordon. Gordon backhand. Howard makes the stick save. Stephen Weiss chips it out for Datsyuk. Datsyuk takes it off his skate. In for Zetterberg. Well, you talked about it, Drew, that 13 and 40 would be back together again before this game ended. For Everly. Nikitin takes his time. The Oilers get their top line right back out there as Nikitin. Nikitin takes his time. The Oilers get their top line right back out there as the Keaton delivers to Hall. Hall for Eberle, just out of his reach. Back. The Keaton takes his time. The Oilers get their top line right back out there as the Keaton delivers to Hall. Hall for Eberle, just out of his reach. Broken up by DeKaiser. Hall gets it again, and this time it's Nugent Hopkins. But he comes back in offside.
Century Casino, welcome to the winner's zone.
Everybody asking, why is Victor Frost starting? Well, they want to get Victor Frost going. They know they need the Oilers. Two goaltenders having their best every night they get out, and Victor Frost is rising to the challenge. Yes, he's let 2 goals in, but he has been under pressure from the second period on. He's played very well. He's been as solid as we've seen this year.
And since the first period, the Red Wings have outshot the Oilers 19-8. Been strong with twice so far this season. Hendricks starts away with Klinkhammer. Picked up there instead by Brendan Smith. Gordon trying to knock it down, but the Red Wings get it back into Oiler territory where it's picked up by Andrew Ferentz. Off the boards for Klinkhammer. He was checked by Datsu. Stephen Weiss. Broken up by Datsu, brought in by Helm. Petrie again with that quick stick. Petrie. A pass to Ferentz. Ferentz back to Petrie. Petrie will bring it up himself. Wire a long shot in. Howard the save. The rebound picked up by Zetterberg. Zetterberg. Quick pass to Abdelkader. Abdelkader. Cross ice to Nyquist. Gus Nyquist finds Zetterberg. And off the stick of Nikitin and up into the... Rogers Oilers hockey from Rexall Place. Right here on the netting. Rogers Oilers hockey from Rexall Place. Right here on Sportsnet.
Victor Frost has 1 shots, and you see this is where the shots have been coming from. Almost 19 minutes, 18
seconds.
You would say would be scoring positions, great scoring chances,
45
good
minutes,
ones from the point. But a lot of the shots in close. The green ones denote the goals, but Victor has been very strong, especially when the pressure's been on in tight.
16 scoring chances for the Detroit Red Wings. Only Quincy and Abdelkader have beaten them.
The goals, 19 minutes. Victor has been
1 hour, 19
for the Detroit Red Wings.
1 hour,
Only
19
Quincy and Abdelkader have beaten over
1 hour, 19 minutes. 1 hour, 19 minutes. 41
as for
seconds. 1 hour,
Nyquist,
45 minutes. 41 seconds.
Nikitin will get it to Yakubov. Back to Fane. This is Nikitin to Pouliot. Pouliot flips it. Yakubov going after it. Hit the referee. It comes to Abdelkader instead. He will get it to Zetterberg. Zetterberg to the middle for Nyquist. 1-on-1 against Fane. Fires a shot over top of the net. Picked up by Nikitin. Nikitin to Yakubov. Yakubov trying to get by Smith. Abdelkader comes back. Gathers the puck up. Gets it to Smith. He is checked in the corner. Yakubov has to deal with Ouellette. Here's Nyquist. Nyquist under pressure from Pouliot. Turns it over. Derek Roy with it now. Yakubov can't get the shot away thanks to Brendan Smith. It comes back to the point. Kept in by Schultz. Klefbom gives it back to Schultz. Schultz. Snap pass, and that one gets deflected wide.
Missed by much. Nail Yakubov battling with Brendan Smith in front.
Red Wings make changes.
1 hour, 1 hour, 20 minutes. 1 hour, 20 minutes.
Fire it in as the Red Wings make changes. Puck gets away from Eberle. Comes to Sheehan. Schultz had it.
Pause keyboard short. Seek
Klefbom's got it
1
down.
hour, 21 minutes, 0 seconds.
Klefbom.
Pause keyboard shortcut.
Pass intended for Eberle didn't
1 hour,
work.
21 minutes,
And
5
it'll come
seconds.
back
1
on
hour,
the icing
45
call.
minutes, 21 seconds. 1 hour, 21 minutes, 7 seconds.
Ball.
Jimmy Howard is a workhorse, as you mentioned. Was it 31 starts now?
Yep.
And what Jimmy Howard does, and I'm talking to Jim Bedard, the great goalie coach for the Detroit Red Wings, what he does, he's relentless in his work ethic. Practices and invests in his career every single day.
3 times a 35-win season. Hall flips the pass for Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins in a race with Cron McDavid.
Edmonton Oilers.
Flipkin, number 9. Hopkins wins the draw. To Kaiser, to Shan. Quincy. Out of the reach of Franzen, but it comes to Shan, who gets it back to Franzen, the mule. Is checked, and here comes Tatar, tripping up Nugent Hopkins.
Victor Foss is coming out. He
thought it was a penalty.
There's not. 1-2, and he was getting directed back in the net. He thought this was a penalty. They've got the penalty box door open. There was no call on this. So this is what he thinks is a penalty. Victor Foss thinks it's a penalty. He's coming out. But he gets waved back in the net by his own defenseman going, no. It wasn't a call. It wasn't a call. So Victor Foss thinks it's defenseman going, no. It wasn't a call. It wasn't a call.
Almost like us Detroit Lions fans thinking it was a interference call against the Dallas Cowboys.
But let it go, man. It's over. I understand.
It's been since 1957 since the Lions have won. It's a long time.
And it was interference, no doubt about it.
Yes, thank you. 32 shots for the Wings, 17 for the Oilers. 10.5 minutes left to go in regulation time. The first of 2 meetings between these two teams. We're going to have to wait till March 9th. Here they come again. Drew Miller with Glenn. First inning. Pass just out of the reach of Helm. He'll play it back to the point, but it's intercepted by Teddy Purcell. Fraser, long shot, gloved by Howard, and he's going to hang on to it with Lander right there.
But speaking about the Lions and how they picked up the flag,
yes,
there has been talk about a flag being thrown or a challenge being thrown from the NHL benches for the coaches. That would have been a perfect opportunity for Todd Nelson to go, you know what, I'm going to throw the flag out there. I want you guys to take another look at this, get a penalty, get a power play, maybe get a chance to tie up. That's where I think there's going to be some interesting discussions coming up. I think it's in March, the next time that the general managers meet. Maybe that'll be on the itinerary, or the agenda, I should say.
Eriksson to Nyquist. Nyquist to Zetterberg. The captain across the line with Abdelkader. Throws it towards the net. Tipped by Abdelkader, but Victor Foss makes the save and hangs on.
Get hurt there?
I think he did get shaken up just a little bit on that play.
So, puck goes net, makes the save. Now remember, or maybe it was just on the hand when that slash came in looking for that rebound.
Victor Foss did have some groin issues.
Yeah, that's right. How much room is there? Look how the gap. Billy Jaffe talked about the Oilers' gap being good at the start. Red Wings' gap is really good.
Yakupov snaps a shot that misses the target. Comes all the way back down into Oiler territory. The key will go back and pick it up. Get it to Pouliot. Pouliot to the middle for Derek Roy. Derek Roy chips it in. Quincy. And Pouliot bearing down on him. Lays it to the middle. Abdelkader there to Datsyuk. Now there's a pass to Stephen Weiss. Stopped. Weiss is chased back into his own zone. Petrie on him. McDavid almost capitalized on by the Oilers. Drew Miller with it now. Miller against Schultz.
Slider at 1 hour, 26 minutes, 27 seconds.
As Weiss and Miller on him. Miller takes the puck away. Derek Roy in a little bit of trouble. Snapshot there by Datsyuk. Eriksson bounces it off the boards again, but Schultz was ready. He'll play it off the glass, can't get it by Datsyuk. Watch that one as the Oilers make a change. They get their top line back out there. Johan Franzen. Gets the puck in, Fane. Around the boards it goes. Riley Shan sends it back down low. Fane will give it to Ferentz. Andrew Ferentz, long lead pass intended for Eberle, out of his reach. Howard pushes it to the corner. Franzen, Fane,
the Oilers off to a good start.
Tonight's outstanding play, the save, and he'll hang on. A 2-1 game in favor of Detroit here in the third period at Rexall. Tonight's outstanding play is brought to you by Remax. Outstanding agents, outstanding results.
And it was a power play goal. Nice little high-low play, and then just walk towards the net. And an outstanding shot by Jordan Eberle. That is a terrific play. Take what the defense is giving you. It's got the Oilers off to a good start with that 1-0 goal, but the Red Wings have stormed back since.
And with Jordan Eberle, a 4-game point streak. He is 16-1 this time. Taking on the number 1 face-off team in the league. He is 16-1 in the circle. It is Nugent Hopkins this time. And the Red Wings get possession. Eriksson. And Keaton forced that offside as he knocked down the pass intended for Nyquist.
Well, when you watch the Detroit Red Wings, when you watch their defense play, guys like Jonathan Eriksson, what they have done in this game is they have simply eliminated any space that the Oilers have when they're carrying the puck up the ice. They crush in the zone, keep the puck in the zone on the forecheck, and then when it comes to the neutral zone, you don't have any space to get your feet going and make a play.
Abdelkader, Zetterberg, and Nyquist for the forward line against the top line for the Oilers.
All 5 guys back. Where's the space?
Payne shoots it in. McKean keeps it in against Nyquist. Zetterberg. McKean stops Nyquist. Zetterberg carries on and gets the puck to Abdelkader. Just an Abdelkader. Drop pass. Nyquist. Gus Nyquist with a sharp angle. Foss makes the save. The rebound to the corner and is picked up there by Taylor Hall. Here is Ouellette. He'll go to Brendan Smith. Wrist shot. Hit Abdelkader. Eberle. The Keaton has his pocket picked. Abdelkader down low for Nyquist. Nyquist stopped by Foss. Foss. Here's Ouellette. Waits. Fires a shot that goes wide. Eberle trying to get it out. Can't do it. Brendan Smith steps into a shot. It was tipped by Abdelkader over top of the net. Abdelkader with 2 points on the night. A goal and an assist. 7 minutes left to go in regulation time. 34 shots for the Wings, 18 for the Oilers. Teddy Purcell will give it to the captain. Purcell chips it in. He'll chase along with Fraser and Lander. Purcell takes Ouellette into the boards. Fraser battling in there as well. Puck still alive.
I think Anton Lander should be there. He should be in there right now, Teddy.
Ferentz goes quickly cross ice. It hits Schultz and bounced right to Helm. Helm moving in. He's with him. Helm stops up, waits for reinforcements.
Nice play.
Purcell drops it back. Schultz will give it to Derek Roy. Roy to Klefbom. Pouliot, Roy, and Yakupov, the forward line. Yakupov. Gets it to Roy, but he hits the line. Comes Thomas Tatar. Tatar fires a shot. Blocker saved by Victor Foss. Tatar behind the net. Trying to center it. That was broken up by Klefbom. Klefbom comes away from with the puck. Circles to get away from Tatar. Gets it to Derek Roy at center. Drew Miller jumps over the boards. Miller dishes for Tatar. That pass too far for him. But it's kept in by Miller again. Miller. There's a shot by Glendening. Tatar with a shot, and he missed. Funwall on the far side. To the middle for Miller. Miller down low, intercepted by Schultz. Benoit Pouliot takes his time, wants to get a change in. Drifts it down into Red Wing territory, but they come right back with Luke Glendening to Miller. Taylor Hall centers, gave it away. Miller bails out.
By Justin Abdelkader.
Hall did Victor Foss with that save. 4:55 left to go in regulation time. The Wings ahead by 1. 4:55 left to go. Play of the game is brought to you by Rogers. Live like never before.
And right now it is Justin Abdelkader on a really well-executed power play. Point shot, deflection by Justin Abdelkader. Standing in front, you got great depth away from it with Franson in front, but Abdelkader gets the tip, looks at his stick after and goes, yeah, that broke my stick. I scored a goal, but that shot broke my stick. And that is our Rogers play of the game.
Justin Applicator with 20 points. He got 10 in the first 11.
Play of the game.
Justin Applicator with 20 points. He got 10 in the first 11 games. Klinkhammer gets it out to Hendricks. Hendricks trying to get by Erickson. Squeezed off there. Gordon carries on. Boyd Gordon checked by Zetterberg. Klinkhammer back to the point. Ferentz with it now. Lets the shot go through traffic. Boyd Gordon providing the screen. To the point. The wrist. 4.5 minutes left to go in regulation time. Everly to Schultz. Schultz with a wrist shot. And Howard makes the save with Nugent Hopkins looking for the rebound.
1 hour, 32 minutes, 49 seconds. 1 hour, 45 minutes, 21 seconds.
Made the save.
What you got to do, you got to try now is pound as many pucks as the people in front, getting outshot 36-19. Good forecheck. First time the forecheck's worked in a while, getting everybody out there. Puck out to the point. Andrew Ferentz shoots and get great traffic at the net. Who is it? The veteran guys, right? The Boyd Gordon, the workhorses. The old Cowboys, as you like to say, partner.
The wagon line. The top line is on the ice now. 4.5 minutes left to go in regulation time. Everly to Schultz. Schultz with a wrist shot. And Howard makes the save.
NHL.
To Schultz. Schultz with a wrist shot. And Howard makes the save with Nugent Hopkins looking for the rebound. And Howard makes the save with Nugent Hopkins looking for the rebound. 1 minute left to go in regulation time. Everly to Schultz. Schultz with a wrist shot. And Howard.
1 hour.
Jordan Everly and 1 hour.
1 hour.
But Erickson keep it away. Teddy Mercer goes wide, lets the shot go. Blocker save by Jimmy Howard. Fraser digs for it and comes to Kronwall. Nicholas Kronwall to Henrik Zetterberg. Zetterberg around the boards. Foss slows it down.
1 hour, 35 minutes, 54 seconds. At 1 hour, 45 minutes, 21 seconds.
His head on a swivel behind the net is Victor Foss as the Derek Roy gets it to Pouliot. Pouliot moving around Erickson. Lets the shot go. Bain keeps it in. Yakupov waiting for it near side. Fires it towards the front of the net. Nyquist picks it up. Almost lost it to Derek Roy. Roy does get it. Roy to Yakupov. His shot blocked by Kronwall. And Zetterberg starts away. Zetterberg will give it to Applicator. Applicator, Nyquist in the middle, lets it go. Foss the save.
1 hour, 36 minutes. 1 hour, 36 minutes. 1 hour, 36 minutes, 30 seconds. 1 hour, 45 minutes. 1 hour, 37 minutes. 1 hour, 37 minutes. 1 hour, 36. 1 hour, 30. 1 hour, 30. 1 hour, 30. 1 hour, 37. 1 hour.
Franzen. Back up top to Kaiser. Tatar. Down low for Franzen. Drives the net. Stopped by Victor Foss. The puck goes straight up in the air. Nugent Hopkins in a battle with Stephen Weiss. Weiss plays it back to the point. To Kaiser. Moves to the middle. Here comes a one-time shot from Tatar. Stop. Nugent Hopkins gets it out to center.
That was a save.
3 minutes, 25 seconds left to go. The double minor, but a minute 49 left to go here in regulation time. Zetterberg and Datsuk on the ice with Nyquist and Justin Applicator. Along with Kronwall. As it comes to Applicator, he'll give it to Kronwall. Kronwall pass for Datsuk, broken up there by Purcell and sent down the ice by Andrew Ferentz. Kronwall. Pass intended for Nyquist, and that's going to be icing against the Red Wings.
Let's go back again.
His finish with him.
Might be unfamiliar with the double minor for Spearing. Right beside the net. That's one that comes up underneath on Jonathan Erickson. That's just a nasty play that Benoit Pouliot gets rightfully called for 4 minutes on that one.
Boyd Gordon, who has been red hot in the circle, will have to wait as the Detroit Red Wings take a timeout. A minute 20 left to go in regulation time as we go downstairs and join Gene.
Drew and Kevin, thanks very much. A reminder, shop at Safeway today. Watch future Sportsnet telecasts. You could win an all-inclusive trip for two to a Grand Bahia Prince Bay Resort, courtesy of redtag.ca. Yes, I see you there. Hello. Where Canada shops for great travel deals. Shop at Safeway today, and you could be our next lucky winner.
Jordan Eberle, a 2-goal night. He's now got 10 on the season. One of those goals came on the power play in the first period.
And he's riding a 4-game point streak. We showed you earlier. What's he doing? Well, he's moving his feet more. He's attacking more. He's getting to the scoring areas more. This is a really good job by the young line. 3 guys working well together, working in sync. That way, Nugent Hopkins, Taylor Hall protects the puck. Nugent Hopkins drives towards the net. Jordan Eberle greases it perfectly.
Right off the face-off, the puck comes to Jimmy Howard. He'll leave it for Zetterberg. Zetterberg. Pass intercepted by Gordon. Back to Ferentz, and down the ice it goes. Less than a minute to go in regulation time. Zetterberg to Datsyuk. Datsyuk to Zetterberg. Zetterberg. A button hook. Back up top it comes to Kronwall. He'll give the puck right back to Henrik Zetterberg. Zetterberg down low it goes for Datsyuk. The return feed was broken up by Ferentz. This is Nyquist. Nyquist to Zetterberg. Touch pass. Abdelkader in front. He scores. Datsyuk to Abdelkader. It's a 3-2 game. Abdelkader goes.
Image magnified.
To Ferentz, and down the ice it goes. Less than a minute to go in regulation time. Zetterberg to Datsyuk. Datsyuk to Zetterberg. Zetterberg. A button hook. Back up top it comes. Game losing streak on the road. And it reaches the 7th straight win against the Edmonton Oilers.
Just one final notice that the Battle of Alberta is on. It will continue Friday in Calgary.
And the Redwings have been victories away from
At the end of the game, look to get a shot in. Larson battling with Backlund. Kachuk goes out.
1 hour, 40 minutes. 1 hour.